Hi kids, welcome to the Art Garden. This week we're going to be talking about an artist, Marc Chagall, and the topic's going to be what do you dream about? Inspired by Chagall. That's going to be our lesson today. And Chagall's a wonderful artist, and I'm just going to jump right in today and show you some of his work. And I hope you can get a book and look through it with your parents. He was born in Russia in 1887, so again, over 100 years ago, and he painted about his life, basically, as do most artists, but his was more literal. And in his paintings, basically, we see stories about his life in the little Russian village in which he was born. And he had a happy childhood, from what I understand. And so a lot of the images are happy, and you can see, take a look at it. What do you see? There's an animal, someone milking a cow, there's a little tree growing at the bottom, there's someone with a green face, and there's a little village in the back with kind of a dark sky. So what is the story here? It's definitely about life in Russia, but when you look at his work, that's a question you can ask yourself. What's going on? Why are things upside down? Well, that was the other thing about his work, is his work was not realistic. It was very dreamlike. You know how in your dreams things aren't what they seem and they're upside down and people come in and come out, and his paintings have that kind of feel. Like here is a fiddler on the roof, and the fiddle is something, he probably experienced a lot in his childhood, someone playing the violin. He was also Jewish, so you see some of the scenes about what it was like to be Jewish in Russia. But here, look, the face is green, so that's not realistic. And look, he's bigger than the house that he's standing on. So again, it's not realistic. It's imaginary, but even more than imaginary, it's like you're in a dream when you look at his artwork. Here's another one. When he was older, he went to Paris to study. He loved Paris, to study art. And so here he is looking through a window, which I love that scene. And quite a few of his paintings show looking through a window. And again, it's telling a story. What's the story? There's Paris, there's someone looking through a window, a cat that's kind of a person, someone falling from the sky, colors everywhere, lines, geometric shapes. What is going on? And actually, if you look carefully, there's two little people. It looks like a man and a woman floating. And so again, it's very dreamlike, everything coming together and imaginary. Here's another one. This is called The Birthday. And it's, a man and a woman sharing a very strange kiss, And again, he's in a position that could only happen in your dreams. They're sort of flying, and there's the window again, and she's holding flowers. And just take a look. What's there in the background? It looks like that is probably, the Russian village. So, let's see. I think there's a few more I want to show you. This one I just like. It's not really typical of Chagall, but I just love the blue house. I think it's so cool. Kind of a broken down house. What is the story with that house? Who lives inside it? And then even if you look off into the distance, nothing is realistic, really, the way it's painting. But it's more realistic than some of the other dreamlike ones I showed you. And there is one more. I want to show you this one because this is a self-portrait he did of himself, just so you get an idea what he looked like. So just a few more things about him is he also later on went on to do many stained glass windows and really large paintings. So it'd probably be fun for you guys to look at a book and see some of his work. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be inspired by our lives and our dreams in the style of Marc Chagall. And so what I'd like you to do, and I'm not going to pause it on the video, but this would be a good point to pause the video, is to go ahead and put your head down and take as much time as you like and let some of your dreams come back to you. You know, imagine something from your life, some story that you can tell like Marc Chagall, but not realistic. Think about some of the things we saw with people floating and with houses smaller than people and things the wrong size and things the wrong color, so that you feel like you're not in reality but a dream. So if you could close your eyes and put your head down and just do that for a minute, this would be a good point to pause the video. So, okay, welcome back. And now we're going to use our oil pastels to execute our drawings. And, you know, a few tips about oil pastels. I'm going to show you some work that was done by students of mine in the 90s. So I'm sorry I'm not giving them credit, but I don't remember whose they were. So if you guys are watching, email me, I'll give you credit. Anyways, here, this is, I remember a girl did this one, and look how beautiful she used the pastels. She used them dark, and then you see the little white clouds popping through, and then down here she has, down here, she has two little figures in love, and then something happening over here, and someone, little story going here, and then these mountains, which are white and just left blank, and you can't see really where, but she did some smearing with her tissue paper, you know, and that's something you can do. Here's another one, also of a student of mine. I think this one really, you know, went straight from Chagall. Almost reminds me of the one I showed you with the blue house. But you can see with the oil pastels, what they did is, you know, drew the square and then used the tissue to smear it so that the whole page is colored in. I think it looks really nice that way. And, you know, using different colors, different shapes. This one's very imaginary. And then, I don't know if you can see these, but I'm going to show them anyways. These are also from students. And you definitely can't see those, but let's go over here. You can see that one. I really like that one. See the two figures? And there's one more. That person just did color. Let's see if there's any more. Oh, yeah. Oh, love this one. Wish I remembered who the students were, but there's another one. People flying. This one's really a great example of a lot of dreamlike things going on. And the last one, look at the hill. I mean, again, dreamlike, the two people very in love. So a fun thing to do for this is to write the story that goes with it. And you can use any size paper, and that's the lesson, guys. Have fun. I really hope you post, because this is one of my favorite lessons to do with kids, because it's about your life, and that's your most interesting topic. And parents, join us this week. I probably will too. I posted one of my artworks that was inspired by Chagall and the dreamlikeness of it. So have a great week, and I hope to see you on my website and on Facebook. Bye-bye.